Hello, what you'll be watching right now is me and my wife playing our game, Havenreach Refuge in multiplayer mode. It's an early footage of the game which we currently have right now. Without further ado, let's now go to the gameplay. So we started this playthrough at turn 20 and I've just explored the area on my end and I was able to see that it's fairly safe and there's no way they can go here besides this area here. And so I just set camp there, and the camp in the game gives you vision, and once the population in the camp turns 3, it actually automatically converts into a town center, as you can see here. Anyway, despite doing that, the pink enemy was still able to set their camp here, and I just didn't bother it at first and continued to build my place. While doing so, I then noticed that green was able to set camp in my place as well, which should not be possible since the last time I looked at it, there's no way anyone there could go into this place. At this time, I just continue to build my town, expand, and this militia has been gathering forest. So I just transfer it to the settlement, use it to build the farm, and then continue to harvest the forest. I continue to look around this side of the map and see how green was able to go in here. Since the last time I saw, there's no way anyone can go in this place. And there you go. The land here has been claimed by green and it causes pressures on my base and gave me problem for the rest of the game. I just then continue to build up this town and worry about the pink problem later. So I just look here and it's confirmed that green was able to go here because they've been able to walk past this building since they bought it and place a building there. And green has been building up their town here, and just right now they just bought a lumber camp and it causes pressure on my lumber camp as well. So it's a problem. I have to fix this. Then on my other base, there's this pink here who have a camp near my base as well, so I have no choice but to deal with it now. So I started pillaging the building, and as you can see, it takes a lot of time. It is a 20 turn before it's destroyed, and it was actually because the camp is near the mountain, which gives it a lot of control. The game actually uses the forest and mountain as additional bonus to the control strength of the building. So it incentivizes you to put your buildings near them so that they are harder to destroy. Because of that, I actually stopped pillaging it because it's not productive to do it in 20 turns, so I just used my hero to harvest the forest and build up my town again. Once their camp turn into a town anyway, it will be pressurized since I have them surrounded with my buildings and land. And then we get attacked by an invisible enemy. It's actually a bug. Through all this, it seems Pink was not happy with how we do things here, so they decided to show up and attack my hero. I was surprised how they were able to go there because I thought it was a safe place. But as you can see, there's a spot there on the top that is unexplored. I then tried to save this militia here since they have goods on them, so I transfer it to the settlement and hope the Pink won't attack me, but yeah, they are angry with how we do things here. So I have no choice but to cover inside my base and wait for reinforcement. And while doing that, as you can see, I've been building militias, and there's a new enemy on the map and it's blue, so it's getting congested in here, and it looks like the tile is attracting a lot of enemies and they want the land themselves. Good thing blue here attacked the green settlement, so I'm quite safe for now, and let's not disturb them while they fight with each other. And then surprisingly, Pink was also angry with blue, so he attacked him, and after that they also pillaged green. So it seems green is a common enemy for everyone here. I don't know what's happening outside of my vision anyway. So I just continue to train more militia here to ensure that I will be safe for any future attacks, and then claim more land and build up my base. So I'm focusing right now for the victory condition of having a lot of population. So in my game, one of the victory condition is to have a level 7 house, which entails that you have a growing population, and it's a fairly straightforward win condition that I just use for my early play testing, but probably in the future I will create more. And right now I've explored the top area of the map and see how Pink was able to go there, and yeah, it's confirmed that they have a building there and they're expanding near my tile. So I just continue to build up my town and train more militia to fight them. And since I'm at full war with Pink, I just build buildings near them and battle with the pressure mechanic. But it turns out my building is pressurized, so I just have to defend it with my militia. And look at that, they have a lumber camp here ready for pillage with sweet reward of lumbers. So they continue to fight it, but once they saw that I've been attacking their building, they actually stopped pillaging the enemy and tried to defend them. But they activated my trap card since my militia is enraged with them, so I attack it and then they die. So it's a win for us this time. And then they are training more militia in their base, so once I noticed that, I actually took the opportunity to attack it so that they won't be able to stockpile a lot of militias to be able to attack me. And then I decided to join up my militia with my hero so that pillaging time will be faster. At this point, I've been constructing centralized governance, which once done, it will make my ongoing projects from 2 slots to 3 slots, which means I have 3 ongoing upgrades at the same time. Right now you can see that I have 3 project slots already. So right now I have 1 trained militia, so I've been adding more upgrades to do so that I can utilize those 3 ongoing projects to progress at the same time. And at this point I've noticed that I have a lot of population, but I've been lacking in food, so I've been upgrading them for quite a while. And this is a very satisfying moment when you can see that everything has been upgrading one at a time at the same turn. This would consume a lot of industry, so it's a perfect moment right now that I've been pillaging the enemy and just received a good 60 lumbers. So I have to just transfer it here and use it for the upgrades. And they have another lumber camp here, which I can further pillage for more rewards. And I've been continue upgrading this, so this is a good moment where everything fits together, all those excess money and then this final upgrade of 3 slots has been paving the way of the progress of this settlement right now. I then continued to explore this side of the map and found their main base, the town center, and decided which one to pillage, the lumber camp or the town center. But I decided to pillage the town center anyway. Right now I turn on the control strength view of the map and appreciate how strong my base is compared to the others, and establishing it near a mountain and doing a cohesive build really paid off since green has been giving me pressure issue early on, but they've not been successful at it. And then it happened, my wife had an issue on her end and we had to actually restart the game. Good thing the load game in multiplayer is already working at this point, so we don't have to start all over again. So I just have to create the lobby again and select the load file, and I've been waiting for her to join, and then once done I can just click to start again and come back to where we left off. I've now successfully pillaged the main base of Pink, and it causes a domino effect where it flipped the other land in their base. So it's really worth it to just go straight to their main base instead of pillaging their building one by one. I then continue my rampage and pillage this house here and got a population for it. Then this population can be transferred to a settlement so that it will contribute to the progress of that settlement. Blue has been showing himself on my vision, so I'm not sure what they are doing there in the fog of war. But right now it's a nice time for my houses to be upgraded. We now have a nice set of houses which would greatly increase the production of our population in that town. And then I just noticed that with all this additional population in the settlements, we are now actually lacking in food, so it's a good timing that we were able to pillage Pink and grab the food from their farm. And then it happened again, we had another crash, so the game is actually in early development and we've been changing a lot, so it's unfortunate but it's inevitable to happen. So we just resume again from where we left off, and now we have a nice pillage here. So Pink is slowly dying out, and then my wife showed up and I was surprised that she had a lot of militia with him, and I was actually not ready, so I got scared and tried to go back to my base again and cut the trees here so it will be faster. Then she continued to pillage my lumber camp and she got a nice 60 lumber from that. This actually incentivized her to do it more. She was surprised at how big the reward is. And then I just started to pump up the multiple militias in my settlement. So in here you can see there's a lot of militia trained in my town center. And then the forest has been harvested and I was able to go into my settlement, drop off the lumbers that I've got and queue up a lot of militia. So it's 3 militia at a time. Good thing I was able to make the centralized governance, so we're actually catching up pretty fast with the numbers that we saw from her militia count. And then I have now been able to merge my hero with my militia, and I'm fairly safe right now, I believe. But to be sure, I still harvested this forest since I don't have enough lumbers or industry to continue make my militias. And at this point, I just noticed that I have a lot of population but don't have enough food for them, so I built this farm. This is when I actually pivoted my victory condition from max houses to max farm, because it has the same effect for the victory condition. Once I reach level 7 farm, I will actually win the game. Then while we're at it, since we have a lot of militia, why not put them to good use? So I started attacking the enemy and clean up the buildings around here so that I will have enough space for me, and then I just explore the top side to ensure that there's no more shenanigans happening there, no more surprises from unknown enemies. And then I get a good domino effect here once I pillage their town center, and I'm now really excited to complete this level 7 farm. So it takes 3 turns now, so I don't think I'll be able to lose right now, so I can do whatever I want. But at that same time, my wife showed up and attacked my men, so I'm not scared. My victory is already ensured. So right now I'm very cocky and turning up the volume so that once I win, she will actually be able to hear the victory sound of the game. Now I'm just waiting for her to complete her actions in the AA as well. So while waiting, just kind of zoom in here and enjoy the view of the new town, and there it goes. I already won the game and she got surprised. The victory screen message is based on how you won the game. Since the goal of the game is for your people to survive in that land, it says that you now have a sustainable food supply and that your people will no longer be hungry or afraid of famine. In the same way, the defeat screen of my wife says similar story, where the enemy was able to achieve their victory because of the abundant food that they were able to do. This is still a very early playtest of the game, and there's still a lot of things that needs to be done. One of which is how she was surprised with my win condition, so she wasn't aware of my progress, and I think there should be a way for her to be notified or to see my progress so that she has to do something or counterplay what I've been planning to do. But overall, this early playtest shows the core loop of the game, and I'm excited to build this up and see where it goes and to fully define what I've had here. So if you're interested with what you see, you can follow our journey in making this game, and it will be much appreciated as well if you wishlist the game if you like what you see right now. And if you're really interested, you can actually help us define what your opinion or what's the mechanic that you want to see in the game to make it more exciting and more enticing to play, but at the same time to not be overly complex or overwhelming for all the players, since the goal of the game is still to play it in a simpler and streamlined way where you don't have to learn a lot of things beforehand. Then you can start playing and enjoying the game. So far, the game was able to capture this essence, since my wife is not a strategy gamer, let alone a 4X game, but she enjoyed it and she was able to play it fairly well. And then we finished this game in about 1.5 hours, which I think is a good sign, since we're planning to make the game to be finished in one sitting only. That's all for now. Hope to share more progress with you in the future. Bye bye.